Welcome to Line Editing Part 2. I have a couple of new macros this time, both of which are based on earlier macros, and both demonstrate the principle that I try to apply, which is to use one single macro to achieve a number of different edits, and this means having fewer keystrokes to remember. So the first macro is Verb Changer, and with this I often found myself changing verbs from do to doing or doing back to do. So if we see the word looking there, we can then click on the verb changer, so it'll change it to look, and we can go the other way from look to looking. It's reasonably clever at dealing with different words, so change to changing, changing back to change. Now I also found myself doing sort of to push and turning that into for pushing, so that was okay, but then I thought, well, hang on, I'm doing this quite often, so I then said to myself, right, well, if I click in for and run the macro, I can make it so that it changes it to push. So if I click in to push, it changes it to of pushing. So let's try that again. So, but this time if I double click on it, then I run the same macro. This time I get for pushing. So I found that of and for were the words I use most. So I just have, so if it's to have and I just click in it, then I get of having. If I double click it, then I get for sharing there. And if I try this one here, just to show that it doesn't always get it right, so if I try that one, I get run, that's okay. If I try and go the other way, I end up with ruining, but of course I can use the spelling suggest macro, which then corrects it for me. Right, now the next new one is article changer, and for this one it's very useful when you're dealing with authors from, say, China or Eastern Europe, where they're not used to using articles, and therefore they get either the wrong article fairly often, or they don't have an article and it has to be inserted. So again, on the same principle, I've tried to use the same macro to do all the different things. So if I click in the word training and run the macro, I get the training. It copes with the sentences, so if I want to insert the, in that case I get both the word and the change of case. Okay, so if there is already an article there, it may be the wrong article, so if I click on that one, then it changes it to the correct article. Click on that one, changes it to the correct article. So we can just pop some in here, and if I want to delete the word, then if I click in the word itself, it deletes it. Click in the word itself, it deletes it. What I haven't got there is the adding a. So in fact, for that I have to double click it and then run the macro, then I get an A, double click that and I get A added. Actually I prefer to use my type A macro, so these are the three here. Type that, so if I click in this book that I bought, so I want to, what I use is Alt-T for that, so I get it inserts the word that. And I think of the article changer macro, which was originally type the, because for that I use Alt E. So if I click there to get the, and then if I want a, so I'll click there. If I use the article changer, I've got to double click it and then click to get the A, but I think of Alt R, which comes between E and T, I use that for my type A to add the letter A. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching.